like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land in which we gather, the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I'd also like to acknowledge that King's Cross, where I lived for 25 years, is the spiritual home of some shockingly well-preserved elders of the gay, lesbian and transgender community, along with marvellous people who shared our experience of exclusion and oppression and joined with us to celebrate difference. Society may have called us pufters, dykes, trannies, junkies, prozzies, deros and queers, but we claim those names proudly because, fuck it, we're fabulous. When Carrie Anderson realised that there'd never been a drama about Mardi Gras, she went looking for a story. She realised this had to be a diff to a documentary. You couldn't put all the different memories and competing stories on screen. A movie audience needs to follow the emotional thread of one person's life and relationships. From the moment she found Lance Gowland, she recognised that parts of this one man's life could be used to craft a pathway to a big universal story. Riot has been overwhelmed with generosity, firstly by the 78ers, especially Ron Austin, who's here, Robin Plaister, Peter Duval, who's here, Jeremy Fisher, Peter Murphy, Ken Davis, Sue Wills and Gabby Antolovich. They allowed us to put their stories on screen. We also need to thank the families of Lance Gowland and Margaret Mann, who remained committed to the cause their gay and lesbian parents fought for and were incredibly helpful in putting the story together. Many other 78ers shared their stories with us in person, including my flatmate of 25 years, Kel Boston, who is here sitting next to Bruce, and whose life and stories and some of his language I have plundered shamelessly for the dialogue. We also listened to oral histories collected by the Pride History Group and read accounts from historians of our community, including Gavin Harris and John Whitty. This is a story of courage piled on courage. Courage to march and protest at a time when homosexuality was illegal and you could lose your job, your family, your home, or be beaten in the street for being openly homosexual. Then it took courage to retell the story, to keep revisiting the pain of the past so that next generations understand where we have come from and how far there is to go. There are a large number of young people involved in Riot because the 78ers were all so young when they fought these battles. One of them, Luke Mullins, wrote this to Peter Duval, who he plays in Riot. It is a wonderful opportunity as an actor to tell a new Australian story, but more than that, it meant a great deal to me to engage with the history of the community I'm a part of. I thought myself pretty well informed about the history of LGBTI plus rights in Australia, but there was so much I didn't know and so much I took for granted. I am so very glad to have had this chance to learn more and to meet you and some of the many others who have been so important in making our lives today possible. I hope Riot goes some way to educating people like me about what has come before, what has been sacrificed, and how hard-won our freedoms today are. Generations of LGBTQI activists have followed the path that was hacked through the jungle of church and state and cops and courts. Without the original activists, it would have been so much harder to achieve decriminalisation, anti-discrimination, the Australian response to HIV/AIDS, reproductive rights, the right to keep custody of your kids, recognition of relationships, equal age of consent, and at last, the national broadcaster making this telemovie to recognise and celebrate 40 years of lesbian and gay activism. So to the 78ers and to gay, lesbian and transgender and other activists for their last 40 years, my greatest hope is that Riot does you some measure of justice.